Hello everyone and welcome to my Summer of Pokemon. This is where I'm actually going to be talking about different Pokemon countdowns. I've got a lot planned for you guys. I did my top 5 generations a while ago, but I actually want to do my top 100 favorite Pokemon for you guys. But before I get started with the top 100, let me do the honorable mentions. First off is Cacnea. Now, Cacnea is a cactus Pokemon, and when I saw Cacnea, I thought, hey, it's kind of cute. It looks like a little baby cactus. And I thought it was really cute, especially James's. And Cacturne is pretty cool, but I like Cacnea because of the little crown it has. It's just adorable. Next up, we have Tailo for another honorable mention. I honestly consider Tailo to be not just another Pidgey clone, but an actual decent flyer because it has decent attack and it's a great Pokemon to have on your team if you chose Mudkip as your starter because Mudkip or Trico because you can balance your team out easier that way. Both Nidoran lines, I mean, these two Pokemon are very cute and they actually can actually be pretty cool to work with if you are using them correctly. But anyways, that's the Nidoran line. Haunter is strictly because of the anime and how Ash's Haunter or temporary Haunter acted and made Sabrina laugh. Drowsy is another one of those that I like primarily because of the design. And Drowsy, that long nose, I mean, it makes me feel better about my nose. Anyways, next one is Scyther. Whereas most bug Pokemon are the size of, well, bugs, Scyther is actually the size of a small child. And it's just pretty damn awesome. Zoroark, Master of Illusions. Granted, I haven't seen the movie he stars in, but I've heard mixed reviews. Omanite is a one of my favorites because it's got those wide Disney puppy-like eyes and just how its design is. Another one is Hoot Hoot, which I like because I like owls and I think Hoot Hoot is actually pretty good, especially when it evolves into Noctowl, but we'll get to that awesomeness later. Poliwrath is another good one. I mean, I really like facing Chucks in Gold and Silver because that one will put up a challenge, no matter who you choose for your starter. Politoed is also pretty cool, but to get him is one of the hardest methods in the game. You have to trade with a King's Rock attached to a Poliwhirl. And, but both Poliwrath and Politoed have strengths and weaknesses. But Poochyena is another one of my favorites because it's a little puppy. It's so cute. But I digress. Anyways, Arcanine is another legendary. It's known as the legendary Pokemon, and the reason it's not on the actual 100 is because I think it's kind of sort of overrated, but not really. Not as overrated as something like Charizard, but yeah. We have Crawdaunt, which is crayfish, and I love seafood, and Crawdons is pretty similar to what you'd find in Louisiana, and I've always wanted to go down there. Chimecho or Chimeco or however the hell you pronounce it. Wind chime. That's pretty creative. Pachirisu. Didn't like this one until recently. It grew on me, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh, it's so cute," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's cute, but not enough to be one of my favorites." Cherrim is primarily because I live in Seattle and cherry blossoms. What can I say? Gligar. I love scorpions. They're one of my favorite insects, and just Gligar is a lot of fun to watch. And it's a pretty interesting typing. And I hear we're getting a fighting flying for Generation 6. Hopefully it's pretty good. Whimsicott. This is primarily due to cube reasons. I mean, it's just a big bushel of cotton. How can you use that? Pineco. Not much else to say, but it's a pine cone. Pretty awesome. But I was like, a pine cone? When I was 12 and it came out, I was like, pine cone? Are you serious? But now I realize that it's actually pretty good, especially when it evolves into Fortress. Kecleon. I know it's not the strongest Pokemon out there, but it's a chameleon, which I think is pretty cool. A chameleon Pokemon. Keep in mind, these are just my honorable mentions, guys. Spiritomb. Pretty strong individually. It beats Sableye, but I'm not the hugest fan of ghost types, but I do have some exceptions to this rule, but we'll get to that as the list goes on. And finally, Teddiursa and Cubchoo. And I threw these two together because, well, they're very similar in design and they just have the same factor. Anyways, those are my honorable mentions, guys. Stick around for the rest of the list, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.